All right, guys, so the first thing I want to show you is these elements. So if we look over here to the left, we're going to have a lot of elements that we can play with. Now, the first thing I usually use are just these little rows right here, right? So these rows are going to be so easy for us to do. Now I'm going to put it at the top. I'm just going to kind of create a new one. Now I'm going to click right here, row, and I'm going to split it. Now look to the left. You can split these 3, 4, big, middle, small. It is so easy. And also, while I'm still here, I want to mention that you can even have your mobile layout look different. So you can kind of customize your mobile, and even right here, if we click on design and then we look at visibility, we can have this only show on mobile or only show on desktop. It is literally the easiest thing that you will probably ever do. And it's just like learning an instrument. You gotta, I mean, I could show you it, but you just gotta do it to learn it fully. Now, as for what did I do here, the heading, the text, everything, this is super easy. I just dragged over a heading, boom, I replaced it with this. Then I dragged over another heading. I can actually just duplicate it right here, boom, that's it. Now I'm gonna drag over an image. It's already gonna have a placeholder image. Now this image as well, right? So all I did, duplicate, boom. That's it. Now this is pretty easy. Now look, the icon list, right? Let me show you. We go over here. Now we have the icon list. I'm just gonna go ahead and type that into the search bar. Icon list. Now I could customize everything. I could edit this text. I could edit this icon. I click choose icon right here. Now I can choose any icon. I could do a check mark. I just type in check, and I could actually have any type of check mark I want. Maybe I like this one. Boom. So I can do that for each kind of icon, and I can type in right here, hi, I love landing pages. Super easy. Now, what else did I do? So we have just this normal text block. So how do we do that? Super easy. Now, if I want to change this photo to match this, I just click right here, open my gallery of whatever I uploaded. If I didn't upload anything, I simply upload it. I could change the width. I could even make a border around it. I go to design, I go to border, I click this little line, and then I have to adjust the border width. That's it. I could adjust the border color. I could even click on the image again and adjust how wide it is. Maybe I want it in 80. I just go back to the border. I just want the radius on there a little bit. Cool. And that's it. And I do the same thing over and over. I can open up my gallery. I can put this guy back, edit the text. That's how easy this is, and it's super simple. Now, a couple of the main things, like how did I do this? Well, I just went to library. I went right here. I clicked insert the logo. Boom, it'll already insert the logo, and I could easily switch out any of these images with images of different publications. If I don't like it, I click delete. That's it. So I'm going to keep scrolling down. I have my FAQ. This is another thing I literally downloaded from the library. This is an accordion FAQ. That was easy. This thing right here. Now, I want to go over how we're going to insert this actually in another video. This is super easy. So we're going to be using some things called liquid. Now, the first thing I want to show you is actually, because we used a liquid element right here, right? Well, this is something I'm going to cover in another video. This is how we're going to get a little Facebook-like. These are like little extra credit things. These are not essential. Not essential at all. I'm just showing you what's essential on what we're building in gem pages. Then I'll show you the extra credit stuff like liquid, another liquid part right here. This is where we're going to put our reviews. All stuff I'm going to cover in the next couple of videos. Super simple. The next thing I want to cover, and a very popular topic, is this. I always get, Charlie, how the hell did you make your bundles? What the heck do you do? It's a great question. So the first thing that you'll notice is actually when you start with a blank, even when you actually drag over like a product element, which is the first thing we need to do, at least when I started with this fresh, you'll already get this add to cart button, a price, and a title, along with the product image. Now, what's important is actually first starting with the row of 3. So if I click right here, I dragged over a row, but I put it into 3 columns, and then all I did was I dragged over a product, and I fit it in this column. That's it. And then I remove this image. Actually, I don't use the product image. Instead, what I rather would use is an actual image that is just a drag and drop. For example, if I wanted to simplify it, if you're like, oh, Charlie, you're going too fast, let me show you. I literally just drag an image. And I drag it within this little product radius thing. I can even have a border. So maybe that'll kind of simplify like the view of what this is. And I could change the border color. Super, super easy. It's not complicated at all. That's gonna bring me to my next point, but I don't wanna go too fast yet. Let me make sure, okay, let me actually delete this. So overall, what did I do? I dragged over products, right? So how did I do all this? Heading, icon list, image, icon list. Actually, what might help is just me hovering over. I just have a heading here. This is an icon list actually. So let me show you, because that might look a little confusing. So I have an icon list like this that I'll drag over. I'll click right here. I'll delete a couple of these. Now I just have one icon list, right? Now you can kind of see where I went with this. I just put tag, that's it. Tag, and then I inserted my text. Boom, that's it. Super, super easy. And also if you want to kind of pinch the sides, make it smaller, boom. It's really intuitive. I think that you guys are gonna love this. It's super easy. It's definitely one of my favorite things to use. Now I put best deal here. Now what do you put as far as the icon list for here? These are kind of just your last minute ditch effort to make sure that the person understands how great of a deal this is and to push them over the edge. Shipping is always a big question. Warranty, if it's like a product like this, is probably gonna be a big question. And then I just put a complete fish finder set. Now, guys, one of the most important things is how we're gonna price this. You're really gonna like kind of the formula we have for the pricing. It's a very special formula to make sure that we push people towards the middle option. Even if you're selling shoes, you'd be like, well, why do people need 3 pairs of these shoes? I don't know, but they still buy it consistently. They'll buy 3 pairs of things that they don't need because the deal is a lot better. So we're gonna work in our margins, and pretty much I'm gonna get into that in another video. So just kind of wanted to preface it there. These are all icon lists, just switching these out with little stars. And you can kind of see it kind of is pretty simple. But one thing I wanted to show you is this right here, this add to cart button is very advanced. So if we look over here to add Ajax cart, I turn this on, and what it does is it redirects us directly to the checkout. We do not want them to go to cart. We want them to go to checkout. Let me show you what that looks like. We click add to cart, and then it's going to redirect us immediately to checkout. And it's a little bit slow just because I don't even think I set up the checkout. But cool, there we go. It works right there. It says I have taxes and everything, Jesus. But it'll direct someone directly to checkout. And this will increase conversion rates like crazy. So that's huge. And the way I did it was I clicked on advanced, I click on checkout. That's it. I could put it to a custom URL if I wanted to, but I just put it on checkout. You could take them to cart like what 90% of other people do, but this is going to drop your conversion rate because people are going to bounce after they go to a normal cart page. You want them to go straight to checkout because, I mean, truthfully, you're not going to have any other products that's going to really boost your AOV there. Now, if we scroll down, this is really simple. Heading, we have a timer. We just go ahead and look up the timer right here on the left side and we drag it over. Super easy. And now there is some things that I wanted to specifically cover, like how did I make this border with the drop shadow. So if I click on product, click on design, and I click on shadow, you notice that I could do this shadow. Look, I click right here and you see how the shadow looks. Kind of looks odd. Click right here, it looks a little bit better, kind of brightens it up. And I can change the shadow color very easily. This is more an advanced thing. If you want to get fancy, this is super useful. And so this is one of my favorite things. If you want to make the cart button even bigger, we go to design, we can go to spacing, we can put a little bit of padding. If we put it right here, see how we kind of thicken up the button. So I put it at 15, makes the button a little bit thicker, and we can do that as well. It's actually not a bad idea. Now, other than this is at least the basics. Let me pull over the sheet and make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay, so we covered the add to cart button. Now we covered the borders, the drop shadow, and I briefly covered the mobile versus desktop a little bit because it's actually, I mean, there's really not much to cover on it. If I go over here, click on design, visibility. So if I don't want it on desktop, I'm gonna click right here. Now it's completely hidden from desktop, right? Click right here, it's available on desktop. Another little hidden trick is make sure you're always editing in desktop, because in your mobile, it'll be edited kind of for you. So it's pretty simple. It's already like mobile friendly. You could add a little bit of spacing right here if you wanted to, but there's really no point. You can see it's kind of already mobile friendly. So pretty cool. Now, of course, there are going to be some elements that you'd have to move around to make it look better. This is kind of just dummy things right here. There we go. Great. So this is the basics, right? Now, the last thing I didn't cover was the Facebook plugin icon like. So this is going to actually give us social proof right above the fold of when someone is looking at a product. So we're going to have like a bunch of likes right here, and I want to show you how we're going to do that. So let me quickly cover that in the next video.